Good afternoon again. Write-in candidate for Congress, still on the Beneva roadside, right near Sarasota Square Mall. A reaction to the previous video was an almost immediate murderer accusation that was said in the traffic broadcast. You know, it's really very discouraging when I've never even heard anyone. But again, it's like what mostly happens is that there's an opposition that likes to revert back to slanderous kind of accusations that had been secretive earlier in my life. So anyway, it was probably like maybe 4 or 5 minutes after the video, a woman got into Norfolk Here Traffic Broadcasting saying you're a murder accusation. And then again, and then another woman also, and they're the same from the Abuse family and associates, and you know they've been saying the same for so many years. As a matter of fact, it was said earlier today when I was working on a journal review from August of 2021, around the same time when the man portraying himself as being the old stepfather said the bar threat. You know. So anyway, I thought I've already mentioned this repeatedly, and mostly I don't like to defer to slang words, that I prefer to keep it with my own subject matter instead. But I think that this is relevant, and I think just about anybody else who would ever be a candidate has to have at least some background information. And you know, the first time I think it was the first time I ever heard the accusation was in Miami back in 1990. I didn't know of my mother's involvement in what I was starting to experience yet, and I was temporarily living in the new house that the former stepfather built on Longbow Key on Norton Street. And my mother invited me, asked me if I'd like to have my birthday in Miami for the first time in years. So anyway, I agreed to ride with her in her car to Miami to the apartment of my younger sister. And when we got out of the car, located right on the near the bayfront, Biscayne Bay, right near downtown. When we got out of the car, an airliner was flying over very low on approach to Miami International, and there was really very loudest, booming, menacing assault kind of commenting in the sound of the jet nearing the airport. And of course, I was somewhat used to it. It had started happening to me about a year before, and actually, now after all the years since, that the same broadcasting kind of assault continues to occur from airliners. And when we got to the apartment, and after a while, it was in the late afternoon. That soon there was a local Miami area news broadcast, evening news broadcast on TV, and I was really astonished when the newsman, whoever the anchor man was on the TV on that particular day, August 31st of 1990, got on concluded his broadcast, or right near the end of the broadcast, cheerfully smiling, looking to the screen, looking to the camera, saying, "That's the loudest case of a murder we've ever heard." You know, and I was really kind of astonished. You know, on TV, suddenly it looks like he's accusing me of something when I've never even heard anyone. Now, 1990, you know, it's been 32 years since, and, you know, I put forth all these efforts to Congress and others, and I think that there's certainly, and had been in the past also, official awareness that I never even heard anyone. But against anything that I'm saying, again, it isn't funny, but it's kind of ludicrous, you know. They started saying the same accusation again. And I think, you know, it cost me most of my life. And of course, they kind of get some believers to want to put me down about any kind of anything as a result, you know. They say, well, you get somebody suspected of a capital crime, you know, that, you know, just about anything else, you know. Can't you think of something, you know, when he'd been forced out to the roadside through so many years? So anyway, another detail from the past. And, you know, that the accusation from, you know, about being, the accusation that I killed somebody is terribly false and originated, as I had explained before. And pertaining to the subjects of the previous video, I mentioned that nuclear war threat had occurred back in 1994-95 time frame also. And when I got back to Sarasota after the VA in Bay Pines, uh, the pressure put at me from traffic broadcasting was terrible. It was absolutely amazing, and something must have been injected in also that they're causing. It was a very debilitating experience, and I was fortunate that there was a lot of consideration by other people that I didn't know. But I do remember, a detail of the traffic broadcasting back then that I experienced after the VA was a lot of orchestra, kind of sinister kind of orchestra in the traffic broadcasting, kind of like there was a methodical, you know, it was really, really very bad, and it continued the yeah effect to continue for probably a couple of weeks. But before getting back to Sebring, I decided to visit a Navy office in Orlando, and I also decided to see what it's like in Miami. And so I rode a Greyhound bus and to the Greyhound station that's known as the West Miami Station. It's right near the International Airport off of Lejeune Road. I think actually it's right near where the former stepfather, Bill Love, had his first Thunderbird aircraft parts business warehouse, where he rented. I think he rented the upper floor of a warehouse there. I was there a few times back in '68, '69. Well, anyway, I walked away from the bus station, and the energy, the broadcasting from traffic was very loudly obvious. And then I noticed something. Out on the tarmac of Miami International Airport was a transmitter of some kind, and it was a real crackling, powerful energy. And one of the same old men I've been hearing for more than a year was in the sound of it menacing. So I started to think, well, the origin. Possibly I just experienced the origin, and maybe it's pointing to the old stepfather again. So anyway, that was one of another detail from the '94, '95 time frame. I'm just saying that with all these various reports and so much that I can't share in any video, so much documentation that had been presented to various authorities around the nation, is that while I witness on behalf of our people and on behalf of our nation, there are others that are very subversive who, wrongly categorize me as though I was dangerous and had killed someone in the past. And they what they really are themselves is criminals, and they like to arrange circumstances. They like to cause concerns that they always be very insidiously causing crimes boldly in the midst of people you don't even know what they're doing. It's just, but they're always wanting to cause stress, strife, and worries. So anyway, this really, I know this sounds repetitive, but this continues to always be for everyone being safe. And again, hope everyone's having a good and a peaceful day.